it's your mystical tarot bud Katsumi here, and I've got a timeless collective tarot card reading just for you. I trust the universe has guided you here right on time, so take what resonates and let the rest gently float away. Now let's hop into your reading. Okay, so starting off, you have the Four of Spades. So something around the lines of you recuperating from something. You're going through some sort of recovery phase, and this might just be after a long-winded I'm getting like long-winded journey, long-winded obstacle of some kind, right? Maybe there's a little bit of stillness in that as well that you might have had to face alongside many others in the particular situation. It feels as though many people were involved, like it wasn't only you who were enduring such obstacles in your way. That's what I'm sensing and hearing at this time. And you also have the Five of Hearts, something along the lines of loss and despair, right? So during this journey of yours, you've been just trying to like go through many things, and you're trying to recover. You're trying to get through this grievance period of your life. I'm hearing. I'm not sure why, but I'm getting somewhat like funeral vibes for some reason for some of you. Maybe funeral, maybe a loss of something really important or special to you. Maybe a loss of connection to something. Okay, that's what I'm sensing and hearing. Okay, and you also have the Five of Spades as well. So the Five of Spades deals with discord, dishonor, some sort of hollow victory in the midst. Very interesting. You almost have 555. And right before this reading, I was rolling a dice and the number 5 appeared. So it might be significant for some of you, just 5 in general, 5, 4, like, because 5 was on the ground previously and you also have 4, like 3 4s. So maybe that might be something that is like signs that you're seeing, numbers that you're seeing at this point in time, right? There's a level of knowledge that you're currently trying to acquire as well. Something around like you just trying to like gain trust again in what it is that you know and understand. Almost having like a level of understanding in the movement and progression that you are facing or going towards at this time within your relationships, your bonds, right? It's almost like you're trying to regain a level of trust with people around you too with that Awaz rune, right? And maybe you have already been able to do so through your recovery period of this hollow victory or some sort of despair that some of you might be facing, right? And yeah, there's something to do with rivalry. I almost feel like it was almost like team versus team kind of vibe, right? Like where you was trusting somebody and you felt like they were part of your team, but all of a sudden they kind of dishonored you in some way. That's what I'm hearing. Okay, definitely take it where it resonates. I'm definitely getting the vibes of you just trying to work with someone, right, to make things happen, and they just kind of went on their own path, I'm hearing. Or maybe you decided to go on your own path due to their rivalry towards you as well, is what I'm sensing. Yeah. Some of you are also like going through personal and like internal battles. Like I'm getting like internal turmoil. What I'm hearing. Yeah, and maybe just going through that like self-evaluation period. Oh, there's some sort of key as well that's popping up here. Yeah, and some sort of sudden illness with that in terms of just back of the deck energy. Like you perhaps might have been feeling some sense of just like, maybe just like kind of out of it, right? Almost through like this like a mental blockage period in your life. And you're just looking for the keys to certain things. We've been getting very similar messages throughout the readings this past week in terms of just like the energy is feeling very much like someone has dishonored you. Someone is like just like being a hidden enemy in your midst, right? And you're just trying to find a level of bliss and try to take away that burden, that strain, the sense of responsibility, that sense of pressure, that sense of stress, right? Getting almost like, what is it, like 10 of Wands vibes with that too. Yeah, and you want to fly high, and you're trying to fly high after all of this, like, this harmony that was happening in your life. I'm getting a sense that you're ready to move forward with that momentum, with that flow, with that level of speed, right? And because of that, you're really just trying to get your good karma, trying to recuperate. I'm feeling it's almost sounding like with that that Ira rune or Yera, sorry. The timing of that is gonna really just depend on your level of patience. I'm sensing, but you're definitely coming across like different cycles with different results, and you have a lot of seeds planted in many places. You will have a chance to harvest these seeds in the future, but the timing is going to be very interesting. It's almost like planting a potato. Potatoes might take like 16 weeks, where a strawberry might take 8 weeks or 6 weeks. Like who knows? Who knows, right? You know, farming. And so it really just depends, like where things are going to end up for you. So it's going to just take a level of, you know, it might be a little like, it might build a little bit of anxiety, you know, it might make you feel like you are overthinking at times, but you know, just trust the process, okay? You're gonna be just fine. Almost like just let go, let the universe handle things for you, right? It definitely feels like by doing so, you're gonna be able to transform, you're gonna be able to transition and heal and recover. Almost in like that Six of Swords vibe. You're gonna be able to move on, okay? And yeah, secrets will be revealed when the timing is right. It almost feels as though like many of you are trying to just open up to new connections and new things because of this like these broken relationships of the past, right? Almost giving a sense of like you fell victim to something, or you're just fighting for a cause, like you're trying to rebel against something that has happened, right? And it almost feels like it didn't work out quite as you expected it to, and it honestly is disappointing when you have faith in someone or a team or a process, and then like initially and things just kind of don't pan out the way you expected it to. It almost feels like deceit, right? Hidden motives, right? So the secrets are going to be revealing themselves in that way. So you're going to find that level of understanding, and maybe you already have, and you're going to be able to like recover your stability, your sense of security and control over things, right? Almost like that Four of Pentacles vibes I'm getting. But yeah, there's a plot twist in the mist, okay? And that might just really be related to just like all of these like endings and releases happening, okay? And that takes time, you know, just trying to recuperate and recover from a lot of just like craziness and different cycles that are coming your way. But you're like, I'm getting that you're using your discernment, okay? You might feel like you're rushing into certain things, taking action, but you got this, right? You're just being very decisive about certain things. You're filling the holes, or honestly, like uncovering the holes. I'm getting like, it almost gives me like pothole vibes in like the road when you're driving, you see a pothole or something like that. And it's just like, it just automatically reveals itself at the weirdest timings, right? It's just like, what is that, right? So it's like, it's a bit of a plot twist there for sure. Ooh, okay. Something around like something haunted, getting like the police energy with that. Villager. I don't know why. I was definitely getting like farm vibes for some reason. It's interesting to see villagers there. Maybe some of you own a farm, you live on a farm or associated to a farm in some way. You might buy your groceries from like a farm of some kind. But it just seems like maybe you are just finding solace, or like I'm almost getting like what's that word where it's like you're finding bliss in just nature in general, being able to go outside, walk, hug the trees, take a stroll around the park, you know, go up the block. I feel like this card wants to come out. Yeah, you're just going on a journey in nature right now, you know, or maybe you're just like finding yourself, you know, you're just like being very patient. You're like being very like reflective on like the things that are occurring in your life, and you're just being structured in that way, just taking things back, allowing yourself to just be guided by your beliefs and your spirituality of things, right? Yeah, you're just nurturing yourself, right? That feels good, like to just take care of yourself. Ooh. Okay, yeah, and it seems to be that some of you are also coming into some sense of like brutal truths of like what's happening, what's going on. And because of that, you're going to finally be able to find a sense of balance, right, with that Gable rune. And it's really just about a sense of exchange and reciprocity. So it's almost like you're giving back to yourself. It feels as though many of you didn't give back to yourself in the past, or maybe you didn't have self-compassion previously. And so, you know, you might have lost yourself along the way, trying to recover, trying to almost like, I'm getting this like almost like not even like self-ego, but just like having a level of awareness in terms of like your humanity, right? Your identity and this overall emotion. I'm getting like just healing your subconsciousness is what I'm hearing. Yeah, you're just wandering here and there from the past is what's being said there. Yeah, and it's like you're trying to find that compass. I was getting a sense of, I don't know why I got compass, and also thinking about compassion, empathy, almost giving me like Cups vibes, for sure. And you're just trying to trust yourself again, trust the process, trust the journey, trust the path. And that takes a bit of time after healing to just like, finally just be like, okay, I'm ready, for this new road ahead, and just go full throttle on that. And it's gonna take time. But you take the time you need to rest, heal, recover, and just retreat from things of the past that weren't serving you, so you can let go. You can finally make that departure and search for the things that are gonna give you content, satisfaction, fulfill your wishes, and make you feel a sense of harmony and bliss and forward momentum. But yeah, you've just been looking at the past you in the mirror. I'm not necessarily getting like, maybe you are self-competing with yourself. Maybe you're also just comparing yourself to the past and like thinking of that in terms of like how you want to personally grow, right? And you're just trying to become a better you every single day. You're thinking about yourself as your only competition, or maybe you're just thinking about ways you can improve who you were in the past so that it can reflect in the future you, the you that you envision. And I know, like, sometimes it can be very difficult to be like, oh, I'm going to do XYZ thing to better myself. But believe it or not, you're improving every single day, right? You're analyzing yourself. And I honestly think most people can be very self-critical of themselves. I'm getting a sense that some of you might be doing that at this time too. But nonetheless, like, that level of reflection and isolation and just trying to have a sense of control over your life and who you wish to be is going to allow you to have that status upgrade, right? You're going to be able to jump into new achievements. You're going to be able to improve your social standings with people. I'm getting a sense that many of you who almost feel like you have a sense of anxiety or social anxiety, you're going to be able to elevate your lifestyle, be able to express yourself well, be able to talk, and just elevate to the next level, so much so that people won't even recognize you anymore. I'm getting that for sure. Ooh, interesting. The cards are going all over the place. And maybe that's what it feels like. Maybe things feel like it's all over the place right now, right? You have to make a couple of sacrifices perhaps, right? But you're living in your integrity, right? You're living in your sense of responsibility. You're sacrificing certain things. And you're just honoring who it is that you are. What I'm hearing. Yeah. And you've just been protecting yourself, shielding yourself. Yeah, so that you can make yourself known to the world. You're trying to build that level of independence and just overcome odds and adversity of the past. You're creating your own path, very much so. Definitely, many of you are going on into new paths, and you're building things from nothing at this time. I'm getting a sense that many of you are like visionaries. You have a lot of ideas, okay? You're a master of many talents, many skill sets. Also, hearing that many people see you as charming as well and bold. Yeah. What I'm hearing. Ooh. Interesting. And yeah, some of you have no filter. Like, you just speak your mind, okay? And maybe that's brought a little bit of anxiety. Sometimes you might be like, we might say something, we're like, ooh, should I have said that? And then you repeat it over, and you're like, I guess it sounds alright. And then you just like second guessing yourself sometimes. But you're speaking your truth. You're being authentic, okay? You're just having raw honesty about what you've gone through, what you've experienced in your life, right? And you're going to be able to glow up from all of the adversity that you've overcome, okay? I'm going to sense that many of you, it's almost like, whenever you go through like so much challenges, that resilience, it's like you just jump right back, right? You're healing yourself. Like, it's like, what is it called? Like AOE, like buff, right? You're just healing yourself. Like, you fall down, you get back up, you healing yourself non-stop, right? You're personally transforming yourself. Okay, you're glowing up, you're buying new clothes, you're taking care of yourself, right? And you're being really smart about it too. Like, it's not like you're splurging and going crazy with it, but you're definitely like being wise on like areas that you want to improve. It may not necessarily be everything, but you're just exploring the things that will make you feel content and satisfied with who you are as an individual. And that could be physically, mentally, spiritually, okay? And so when you look at yourself in the mirror, you're seeing someone that you're proud of, someone that you have an immense love for, because you've been building that over a level. Like, I'm getting like, like not even levels, but like it's like multiple layers of like just self-awareness. Just, and it's almost like I definitely get ego vibes for some reason. Like, it's like you're building your ego, but in a positive way, and that's good to hear. Because having ego is not necessarily always a bad thing. Like, having a level of love for oneself is very important, and just like, yeah, just like, vibing out with that. It looks to me that some of you have some catfish energy. So it might have been that person who you felt like you were like, maybe some of you are coming out of some sort of relationship that just kind of broke off because maybe they weren't who they said they were, right? And just their sense of failure to communicate. Maybe they're pretending to be someone that they weren't. And so it kind of created this like hollow victory of like, ooh, I'm with this person, but find out they're actually not who they said they were. And so it just is super unfortunate. Or maybe you work somewhere and you felt like they had this level of standards, ethics, and morals that you align to, but turns out they're just like, they have no integrity. They're dishonest, right? That's what I'm hearing. Just like deceptive imagery of just like who this person was, who these individuals were, and they weren't embodying the characteristics that and beliefs that you aligned by. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing with that. But yeah, you're just vibing out. You're improving. Okay, I've been getting a lot of love bombing energy in readings recently. Someone does want to give you a lot of love and affection. Okay, it looks to be like perhaps like a close family member. Maybe some of you are in a new relationship at this time. Okay, and it's like a lot of intense affection you might not be ready for, right? It feels like, like a little overwhelming at times, but some of you do need it. And I think it's just going to take a little bit of time, but eventually you're just going to look back and be like, wow, I appreciate that person, right? Or maybe it was just this person that was catfishing some of you who was just overly love bombing you nonstop, and it just felt kind of too intense, maybe. Who knows? That's what I'm hearing. But yeah. Some of you do need the affection, and some of you are just like, maybe not so much, right? And you just really booked, some of you too. Maybe that's why you're just like, ooh, maybe I'm being love bombed. Maybe you don't need that right now, right? But yeah, subconsciously you do. Maybe not. Who knows, right? But yeah, you're being very productive. Full schedule. I feel like many of you are just like, your calendar is so booked. It's like you don't even have time to like do hobbies. I'm hearing like you're reaching some level of success though, because like you're keeping yourself busy, and when you keep yourself busy with the right things are just gonna line up for you. It's almost like blessing after blessing is what I'm hearing. Like you're juggling all these options, you're being very adaptable, okay? And as you're just building multiple things. I really feel like many of you have like a lot of projects going on. It's really cool to hear that, like in the energies. Yeah, you got that CEO energy popping up. I was definitely feeling that. Like you like, I'm getting like, I don't know why I wanted to say y'all. It's just y'all are just, you got yourselves together. Okay, you're taking control of your life. You're very stable. I'm hearing like legacy. I'm hearing wealth. I'm getting like 10 of Pentacle vibes with that CEO energy. You're just building on your home. Okay, your level of self-care, your level of like, I'm just getting like material gain, physical gain, stability, resources are coming in with that earth energy. Just a lot of that coming in right now. And yeah, you're just full of confidence. You're acting like a boss. You're being a boss in your life. And you're taking control of things. You're not letting people dictate the next steps for you. You're now moving forward, and you're going into that glow up, which I just love. I love to hear that. You're finally speaking up for yourself, and you're not going to let people dictate your life. You're not going to let people tell you who it is that you are and aren't. Yeah, you're just like taking full control of your life, and I love to hear that. Keep rocking with that energy, this positive energy of self-love and care and determination towards your future success. And yeah, those are all the messages that I have for you today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And if this reading resonated, don't forget to like, comment, and join our cozy community by subscribing. Until next time, trust your path and let the universe work its magic.